So I've seen a lot of YouTubers talking about this new phone on YouTube. It's the brand new Nothing Phone 3. And I have talked about the Nothing Phone 2 and the Nothing Phone 1, and I've seen it, and it looks pretty slick. It's like a nice white design, kind of like clear, you could say. And I want to see if the Nothing Phone 3 is a big improvement over the others, and if it can maybe surpass the legendary iPhone and the Galaxy. Let's dive into this video and get started. So let me just do a specs breakdown. I'll just give you a basic specs about the chip and stuff like that, like the camera, charging, everything like that. It uses the Snapdragon 8S Gen 4, which is an amazing chip. You can easily multitask on it, open multiple apps, and especially game. The Snapdragon chip is pretty good for gaming, I've heard. So if you're a gamer, this is probably a good phone. And I also like the back of it. It's pretty nice design on the back. Overall, the design is also very good. I like it. It's kind of like a smooth metallic finish, but it also kind of highlights like the insides of it while like actually not showing them or making like the quality go down, putting glass there. But pretty cool finish. I actually like that. It looks nice to me instead of just like a plain color, like a blue or something or white, something like that. I like this better. Kind of like cool design. But back to the chip. It's very, very fast and much faster compared to the Nothing Phone 2, as it has an 88% faster GPU and then 125 faster rate of like using AI and stuff when you're using AI on it. And for the display, it's also a very, very good display. It has a 1.5K resolution along with 120 refresh rate, which is very good. That's what you get in like most gaming laptops. And then also 4500 nits of peak brightness, which is also very, very good for this phone. And all on top of that, it's protected by that Gorilla Glass, which is pretty good. I've actually had some like scratches get on this phone that I'm recording with when I didn't have screen protector or anything. And it's supposed to be also protected by Gorilla Glass and stuff like that. So it's not the best, but they use the term Gorilla Glass for marketing, and it is probably tough. It's not going to shatter like regular glass, but it's not the best. You can easily get scratches on it if you're not careful. For the charging, you have 65 watts of wired charging and then 15 watts of wireless charging, and you can get 0 to 50% in just 19 minutes, which is very, very fast. And this phone has an 80-hour battery life, which is extremely, extremely good. That's actually very, very high. You can use this phone for like days, weeks probably, and it would stay around decent amount of battery. So very, very good battery. And it has a quad 50 megapixel camera. It has the main, then the ultra wide, the zoom, and then it has like portrait, and then also telephoto. It's amazing. It's very, very good cameras as well. Also a 50 megapixel selfie camera, and then it can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second with all cameras, which is very, very good. That's probably like the best you need in an iPhone. 4K is very, very good, and doing that at 60 frames per second is also incredible. So incredible cameras, and it runs Nothing OS 3.5 with Android and stuff. So they have their own operating systems too, which is basically based on of Android 15. And I already talked about the layout and just like the design, but to me it's super, super nice, transparent back with like aluminum frame, and like just feels very nice in your hand. Very good grip and pretty decent weight. It's not like too light but also not too heavy. It feels like a good, decent, like very good quality phone in your hands. And then Nothing also dropped a teaser to what they call the Glyph Matrix. Might sound weird, but it's like a kind of like a rear transparent screen on the back of the phone, which you can show maybe like weather and time and stuff like that. If you have your phone on your desk, like screen facing down, you can quickly glance and like see time, or maybe some other important things like how many messages you have, if you have any missed messages or calls or anything. So very good use of this one. A lot of phones that don't have this would improve a lot with this. For example, if you're taking a selfie, you could also like put that. If you had a rear screen like this one, this isn't like the highest quality screen. It's kind of like pixelated, but if you get a higher quality screen, you could do that. Nothing is headed in the right direction. Put in like a rear display, which is pretty nice. So just in the real world, a lot of these features are very, very incredible. Like the chip, very fast chip for gaming, and multitasking. You get that 80 hours of battery life, go like days without charging if you're on like vacation or something, or just at home and don't want to charge. And then you have those quad cameras for extraordinary photos. If you're going on vacation, take photos of like mountains, any scenery, which will turn out like crisp and super clean. And then you have that AI built into it also, and just that clean, crisp, amazing design, which will make like people in awe. So let's just go to the price. The price is $800, $799, the exact same as the regular just iPhone 16. They both start at 700. And iPhone 16 has the A18 chip, which is a top tier silicon chip, and the Nothing Phone lags a bit behind. If you compare them, the Nothing Phone 3 would just perform a bit worse than the A18 chip, which is still good compared to like Apple, who's been a legendary phone maker. Compared to Nothing Phone 3, that's not bad. Maybe you could sacrifice it a little bit for those looks and everything. And there comes that iOS Android debate again. iOS has that very, very nice ecosystem reliability. You can rely on their ecosystem, very nice, and you're familiar to it, it's easy to use. But Android and Nothing OS have kind of like that fun, customizable option. It's like you can customize it. It's pretty fun. Looks nice, just like the phone on the exterior, interior and stuff. The actual phone also you can customize it. Looks pretty slick and nice. Charging, Nothing Phone definitely pulls ahead. It has much, much, much better and faster charging. And for its design, Nothing 3 stands out. iPhone has its like default cameras and then the colors, but the Nothing 3 stands out with its like camera design, and then also just like the actual design of the phone. The Nothing Phone 3 is just like a bold step into like a new like realm of phones. It's definitely different from regular flagship phones like the Galaxy and the iPhone. It has a nice, nice, nice customizable and just like different kind of just like outside, and then just the looks, they're different. And Nothing OS does run like differently. It has some pros like very, very nice customizable background and stuff, and just like it's pretty accessible, pretty fun, but it's not as like good as the iPhone or as reliable as Galaxy and iPhone. So you're gonna have to take that risk in buying it. They might not have good customer support or something like that. Just like the iPhone and like Galaxy are super, super reliable. You know, they've been making phones for a long time. So Nothing Phone 3 looks very, very promising to me, but I'll let you make that decision if you want to buy it. I might take the risk. It looks very nice, but I think I might stick to iPhone since I really like that iOS ecosystem and I'm just in it and I really like the design and everything. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you next one. Bye for now. YouTube Pro out.